Welcome to Kruk and Kuip Extra Innings. Is tonight. The Giants whipped on the Pirates 11-3. You can follow me at robivan at twitter.com. And tonight the Giants did. What a game by the Giants tonight. 11 runs. Joe Panic had 3 RBIs tonight off of a triple. And it was one of those where everybody scored, as Kruk would say. Not a bad night. Denard Span 2 for 4 in this game. Eduardo Nunez left early 1 for 2. We'll talk about that in a minute. Brandon Belt 2 for 5, not too bad. Buster Posey 3 for 4. Brandon Crawford 2 for 4. Hunter Pence 2 for 5. Even Madison Bumgarner joined the hit parade with a hit. Not a bad line tonight for Bumgarner. Only went 5 innings, but 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, and then didn't even let him pitch 100 pitches, but they just wanted to get his first W. Then Chris Stratton, who was recently called up today, and Orlando Cayexte was optioned back to Sacramento. 2 earned runs, 4 innings pitched, not too bad. Gave the bullpen a break after last night's rout. But on the flip side with Pittsburgh tonight, Jamison Tylon, 10 runs, 9 earned, and 3 innings pitched. And that ballooned his ERA up to 4.03. So that was not a good night there. The only bright spot for Pittsburgh was Josh Harrison, 2 for 3. So all in all, not a bad night for the Giants. 3 RBIs from Joe Panic on 1 hit. Hunter Pence, 2 RBIs on 2 hits, not too shabby. So all in all, a good night. This is a good feel-good victory tonight. And now what everybody was waiting for tonight to watch. We have some trades to announce. We will start with the trades from last night. That happened yesterday. Trade number 1 was Jaime Garcia going to the Minnesota Twins. Atlanta Braves get back. Also, Anthony Recker was part of the trade to Minnesota. And Minnesota traded Huascar Ynoa over to Atlanta in exchange for Jaime Garcia. Trade number 2. Trevor Cahill was traded to the Royals, along with Brandon Maurer and Ryan Butcher. And Kansas City sent Matt Strom, Travis Wood, and minor league infielder Estuary Ruiz, and cash considerations. And I think this was a really good trade for Kansas City. They upgraded their starting pitching and their bullpen in one fell swoop, and it didn't cost them too much as in terms of prospects. So all in all, not a bad trade for Kansas City. It'll help to bolster the back end of that rotation. So we'll see how that works out for Kansas City as they make their pennant push. Trade number 3 was with Milwaukee tonight. And the Brewers acquired bullpen help from Anthony Swarzak from the Chicago White Sox, and prospect Ryan Cordell is the player that will be sent back to Chicago as Chicago continues their clearance sale for the rebuild. Trade number 4. If you haven't heard earlier tonight during the game, Eduardo Nunez was traded to the Boston Red Sox. What the Giants got back was Sean Anderson and Gregory Santos. And this gives Boston a much-needed third baseman to help them make the pennant push. What will likely happen in correspondence is the Giants will probably be calling up Pablo Sandoval, not tomorrow, but Friday during the roadie in LA when they play the dreaded Dodgers. So Pablo's going to get his opportunity to make an impression, or he could end up being unemployed next season if he does not improve that bat and he struggles the last 2 months of the season. But we'll see. But these are much needed prospects the Giants needed. And I hope in the coming week here before the trade deadline, the Giants do a little bit more selling and get some more prospects back and start restocking the farm. Some options for the farm, some players they can look to move would be Nick Hundley, who I think the Giants should be maybe giving more reps this week too in order to boost his trade value before the deadline. So maybe you have Posey play more at first this week and have Hundley in the squad. Another options for trade opportunities might be maybe Denard Span. Yes, he does have one more year of team control, but if you do maybe get a top prospect back, maybe you pull the trigger on it. Bullpen, 2 options they can trade, as a lot of teams are looking for bullpen help before the deadline. A couple options could be George Contos and Corey Guerin, maybe Hunter Strickland, as maybe 2 of these 3 are going to become expendable with some of the other arms about ready to go in the minors. I think Contos could get back a couple prospects. Guerin can surely, if you cash in on him, maybe sell high, get back a couple prospects on him. So those are options you can look at as in terms of a trade. But the front office cannot sit idle here before the trade deadline. The farm is not looking good behind Law, Beatty, and what else they have in AAA right now, but nobody else too raw or not ready for the majors yet. So it might be time to try to stock up the farm as much as they can this season and try to retool for a run next season, as this is what the front office is really looking to do. And they're not looking to make another rebuild. It's a high gamble. I'm not crazy about it. I prefer the long-term rebuild. But the front office, they They're still stuck on the high of the 3 championships. So they're going to try one more retool reload. And my bad feeling is if this fails, the Giants may have no choice but to clean house in 2019. And this could mean talking Bochy into retiring if things don't turn around next season. Very similar to the situation that's happening with the San Jose Sharks right now, where they kind of need to rebuild, but they prefer the 2-year plan of retool and reload and rebuilding on the fly just doesn't work. So that's our buyers or sellers for today. Let's go to games from around the league. In the crosstown series between the Cubs and the White Sox, the Cubs won 7-2 today. John Lackey was your winning pitcher. Your losing pitcher was Carlos Rodon. Ben Zobrist went 3 for 4 for the Cubs. Wilson Contreras 3 for 4. And there was a little bit of shenanigans in this game today. Chris Bryant got his first ejection of his career, arguing balls and strikes. And also we had 5 hit by pitches today. Jose Abreu hit twice by Lackey, Davidson, and Moncada. All got hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. And then Beck retaliated by hitting Happ in the bottom half of the 4th to draw the warnings. The Yankees beat the Reds 4-2. Your winning pitcher was Jordan Montgomery. Your losing pitcher was Luis Castillo. Didi Gregorius went 2 for 3 in this game with a home run. The Brewers blanked the Nationals 8-0. Your winning pitcher was Zach Davies. Your losing pitcher was Edwin Jackson. Travis Shaw went 2 for 3 in this game. Manny Pena 3 for 4. And then Jackson gave up 7 runs. 3 of them were earned. The Astros beat the Phillies 5-0. Your winning pitcher was Charlie Morton. Your losing pitcher was Nick Pivetta. The Blue Jays beat the A's 4-1. Your winning pitcher was Cesar Valdez. Your losing pitcher was Sonny Gray. Matt Joyce went 2 for 3 for the A's tonight. Gray allowed 4 runs, but 0 of them were earned. The Indians beat the Angels 11-7. Oh, thank heaven. Your winning pitcher was Dan Otero. Your losing pitcher was Bud Norris. Andrelton Simmons went 3 for 3 in this game. Bradley Zimmer went 3 for 5 for the Indians. Austin Jackson 3 for 4. The starters didn't do too good tonight. Jesse Chavez, 7 earned runs in 2 1/3 innings. Mike Clevenger, 6 runs, 5 earned, and 4 1/3 innings pitched. And the Royals beat the Tigers 3-1. Your winning pitcher was Danny Duffy. Your losing pitcher was Michael Fulmer. V Mart went 2 for 3 for the Tigers. The Rays beat the Orioles 5-4. Your winning pitcher was Jacob Faria. Your losing pitcher was Wade Miley. And Tommy Hunter didn't do too well tonight for the Rays. 1 earned run and 2/3 innings pitched. The Rangers beat the Marlins 10-4. Your winning pitcher was Cole Hamels. Your losing pitcher was Dan Straley. Christian Yelich went 3 for 4. Nomar Mazara 3 for 5. Mike Napoli 3 for 5 for Texas. Joey Gallo 2 for 3 and is a hair under the Mendoza line. Napoli had a home run. Gallo had 2 home runs. Straley 6 earned runs and 4 innings pitched. Brian Ellington 4 earned runs with only 1/3 inning pitched. The Cardinals beat the Rockies 3-2. Your winning pitcher was Trevor Rosenthal. Your losing pitcher was Jake McGee. Jose Martinez with a pinch hit to help win the game. The Braves beat the D-backs 8-3. Your winning pitcher was Mike Foltynewicz. Your losing pitcher was J.J. Hoover. And Taijuan Walker went 2 for 2 as the opposing pitcher with a home run. Not too often you see an opposing pitcher hit a home run. Hoover 4 runs, 3 earned in 1/3 inning pitched. For the D-backs, Andrew Chafin 2 earned runs and 1 inning pitched. And the LA Dodgers beat the Minnesota Twins 6-2. Your winning pitcher was Kentai Maeda. Your losing pitcher was Jose Barrios. And Yasiel Puig 3 for 4 in tonight's game. Barrios, not a good night. 4 earned runs and 4 innings pitched. And the Mets beat the Padres 6-5. Your winning pitcher was Seth Lugo. Your losing pitcher was Jose Torres. Yoenis Cespedes 3 for 4 in this game with a home run. And for San Diego, Manuel Margot 3 for 4. Kyle Lloyd 4 earned runs and 4 innings pitched for San Diego. And right now, in the bottom of the 11th inning, the Mariners and Red Sox are tied at 4 apiece. And down on the farm, the River Cats beat the Round Rock Express 4-3. Your winning pitcher was Tyler Rogers. And former Giant prospect Clayton Blackburn pitched for the Round Rock, 3 earned runs in 6 innings pitched. And your probables for tomorrow. Will be Jeff Samardzija and Trevor Williams in your finale. And there will be no show since it's a Wednesday afternoon game. I might try to come on back on air on Friday, but that's if I have any energy after Disneyland on Friday. So I'll be down in Orange County, so there may or may not be a show after Friday's game, depending on how tired I am on Friday. And now the standings for and right now Boston holds a 1.5 game lead over New York, with New York leading the wild card by half a game. Cleveland with a 1.5 game lead in the AL Central over Kansas City. Kansas City right now holds the second wild card at 52-47. And Houston continues to run away with the AL West. Washington continued to run away with the NL East. Milwaukee still has a half a game lead over Chicago, but Chicago is only now 4.5 games back in the wild card, with the wild card race starting to tighten up a little bit. And LA running with the NL West, with Arizona and Colorado tied for the first wild card as of right now. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. Together we're Giant. Keep it orange, keep it black, keep it orange and black. Good night.